Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm heading to my martial art class. A little bit, I'm thinking, always think, um, I never stop praising the power of Jiu-Jitsu, BJJ, but it's hard. It's a very hard sport, and the older you get, the harder it is. It's like you playing football with no pads. Um, I'm getting to an age, it's not even an age thing because there's people older than me. I could just speak for me that I physically having aches and pain, and I'm thinking of kind of slowing down on it, or maybe stop for a while. Just I can kind of get my body where I want to be, and I always say this, and I keep saying it. Your hobby, you never make money from your hobby. This is something I do. I don't do jiu-jitsu to provide for my family. I don't do karate to provide for my family. It's just something for me to get some exercise, for me to kind of say I'm still tough enough or able to defend myself on the street. And use it for my line of work, which I thank God I don't use, but it's there if I need to. And the thing is, the people I work with don't even know. I mean, the clients wise, they don't know this is what I do every day, 5 days a week. So I have an element of surprise when I do it. With that being said, I'm thinking of switching to boxing. History, the place I started my BJJ was also a boxing studio. In fact, the owner, who used to own what's called Brass Boxing in Kansas City, Missouri, he trained fighters. I'm kind of thinking about going back to it. There's a place that's close to me, very close, that teach it. And if I'm going to go away from jiu-jitsu, I want to do something I know that can get the job done. And ain't nothing more dangerous than throwing hands outside of wrestling, So, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm going to try out a few places to see if I like it. I have an American Kempo that I'm going to try. Kempo 5.0, because I still want some jiu-jitsu element. I just don't want to be banging with 20-year-olds for 30 minutes. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. But really, the scope of the video is there's a Facebook group called I Love Martial Arts, and really, it should really be called I Love to Crap on Anything That's Different from What I Do. Well, they were showing a video of people no-touch martial arts where they do this and then people faint. And of course, there's always some stupid people, and I won't call them stupid for challenging something they don't understand, but it's many things that I wouldn't do for me, but I'm not going to disrespect the art. Now, personally, I don't believe in no touch. A lot of those videos, those people are just, doing it. But I believe they are sincere. I believe that they believe that the mind of that person who's touching them is really doing something. My sensei has a lot of belief of eternal power, or ki or chi, or kai, depending on the martial arts. I don't fully accept it, like I'm gonna do this and you're gonna be knocked down, but I have personally felt the power of what he does, because of what he believes, and there's no way a man his size can push and knock me down. Literally, I'm 150 pounds and he can punch or hit me so hard that I have to catch my breath or my arm hurts for days. That's no BS. And I've been with my sensei for 10 years, so and this is not me giving him a pass or because he's my sensei, I'm just doing it inadvertently. I've been trying to sit there in full-fledged sparring match like maybe 2 weeks ago, and this man literally hurt me, and he was pulling back 40%. I would hate to see him if he was fully angry. With that being said, I do believe there's some type of something that's within that does work. I don't necessarily believe in no touch for me, but there's many things in martial arts and in life you just can't explain. Like the presence of God, you can't see it, you can't feel it, but there's so many things that has happened. There's no way there's not God. There's no way. I have literally seen people I love who literally they were losing their mind, and they thought they were a 5-year-old, 10-year-old child. And then I came back from a weekend, they in their full right mind. There's no way to explain it. So that's kind of how I feel about martial arts too. There's many things that, if I twist your arm this way, it works. If I put you a Kimura lock and my left arm go around your elbow, and then I clasp my hand, and then I bring your arm behind, that's going to cause a certain type of pain. That I can see. But there's many things in martial arts I cannot explain, and that it works. I've seen people that's in their 60s able to submit people that's in their 30s who were actually thought they were high-ish, and they didn't lift weights like go to jail, but they were physically strong, calm. They were high-level martial artists that they knew how to stop people. And one thing about American martial arts, we're so cocky. We think we're everything we do is better than anybody else, even though most of our martial arts come from the East in some form and fashion. But we think, oh my God, we are the best thing. And then they disrespect other styles that, that's different. Like, I was watching this video, and be careful with this I love martial arts. It's a lot of BS people that just like to crap on people, but they themselves, you can't prove what they know. So they just crap on like, oh, that never worked in a real fight. When the last time you been punched? When the last time you been knocked down? When the last time you been Kimura locked, Ezekiel, Americana, Gator roll? How many times have you been a knee slice, elbow, arm slice? How many times you been in a choke, straight arm bar? How many times you done that? And there's no way to prove it. So, keep that with a grain of salt. But anyway, this person crap on keto. I can tell you firsthand, a keto works. The art of a keto works. I have used it in my BJJ. I have pissed off people who thought they were big stuff, and they left their arm out there, and I Rimanagi I can't think of names right now. I'm not the best with the names, but Kota Gaesh. I have literally submitted 300-pound men in fight on my back with Kota Gaesh. They wasn't expecting it. So it's just, people in small-mindedness just don't know. They don't know what they're talking about. So, I personally can tell you a keto works. I have used it in security. I have used it with bipolar people, and I'm not knocking bipolar per se, but if you don't take your meds and you going crazy, and I have used it as pain compliant to subdue people. Now, granted, I ain't do it with cameras around, but so be it. Like I said, there's many things that I cannot explain. Now, I don't agree with everything that martial arts, even my own style. Even my own style, Shotokan, I think it moves a little too slow for me. I think it's a little heavy on the kata and not street fight. But I have done other martial arts, and the very thing I did in kata, it was taught to me in BJJ class. I had a professor show me something this week, and I'm like, that's straight from a kata. It's straight from a kata. The way they torque the body, and I said that is straight from a kata. In fact, the kata was called Kankudai. So I'm like, wow, it's something straight from a karate that I learned something else. And the thing, and the moral of the story is, if it's good, it's pretty universal. It may not be the same name, but if it's good, most styles have their version of it, and the principles still work the same. So, that's how I feel about stuff. But I like to be respectful of martial arts. Now, I'm not going to say everything I see is real. I just say, well, power to you. If that's what you want to train in it. But don't knock somebody else. That's the dumbness in people. They want to knock somebody else's style, but they haven't even tried it. And because they do their style, they think, oh, well, that ain't gonna work. Taekwondo don't work. I promise you. Listen, I want you BJJ people to listen. You keep talking that stuff, that Taekwondo stuff don't work. You go try to shoot for that person, and that person will double kick you in your head, tornado kick you, your head off, and knock you out. And guess what? Most people train in other styles too. So if they doing Taekwondo, a lot of people is doing BJJ. So don't think BJJ that it's the end all. What if you face a black belt BJJ person who is also a black belt in Muay Thai, or who was an amateur boxer? If that person is doing BJJ and know how to sprawl when you attack them, and then they drove that left and that right hook, and all you have is what? So that's just me talking, just a little martial arts. So yeah, have a good one.